How many times have we seen underprepared MCs or performers flop at major gigs because they were booked for clout and not talent? Just because someone had a viral moment selling bad food or insulted people's parents on social media, or even someone who was crying just because they got dumped by their partner and they went viral. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion with Uncle German, where we dive deep into the stories shaping Botswana's culture, creativity, and future. I am your solo guide, German Tank, and today we encroach into the heavily protected territory as we tackle a very spicy topic. Has the entertainment industry in Botswana been hijacked by opportunists? We are talking about chancers, those who jump into the spotlight with no respect for the craft, little or no talent in anything, no proper training, but yet somehow they manage to dominate the entertainment scene. Is this a real issue or just gatekeeping in disguise? Let's unpack it. Botswana's entertainment industry, that is music, film, TV, comedy, you name it, has been growing very fast over the years. From the rise of veterans like Alfredo Moss, the legendary Ndingo Jowa, and Franco, back in my day giving us timeless hits, to modern day superstars like Hansi, Chamagel, and Dato Seiko, who are putting Botswana on the global scene. But there's a growing sentiment that the industry is being flooded by opportunists or fly-by-night influencers, people who see fame as a quick cash grab, not a craft to hone. So what's going on here? Cloud laundering? Let me set the stage. Michael Porter developed a 5 forces framework to analyze an industry's competitive intensity and attractiveness by evaluating the key forces. And they are 1. Competitive rivalry, threat of new entrants, the bargaining power of suppliers, the bargaining power of buyers, and the threat of substitute products or services. This model helps businesses determine an entity's strengths and weaknesses and informs strategic decision making. With Porter's forces in mind, let us dig deep into the gig economy. Botswana's entertainment scene is small but vibrant. There is limited funding, few formal training programs, and a tight-knit industry, meaning opportunities are very scarce. When someone with big promises but little substance swoops in, it can feel like they are stealing the spotlight from those who've put in the works. Think of an artist who goes viral with a catchy but poorly produced song, or the influencer turned actor with no talent, lending a leading role in major gigs. Are these folks hijacking the industry, or they are just seizing their moment? Let us break it down further. First, the case for the opportunist narrative. Many argue that unqualified players are clogging the system. For example, social media has made it easier for anyone with a smartphone to call themselves a musician or a comedian, and lately, an influencer. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are game changers, but they have also lowered the barrier to entry. You don't need a record label or studio time or a film degree. All you need is just a viral moment. Some say this dilutes the quality. Established creatives, especially right here in Botswana, have voiced frustration when promoters favor flash in the pan acts over seasoned professionals because they are trending. They are favored just because they are trending and not that they are skilled or they have any quality to offer. Over the past couple of months, we have seen several creatives calling out promoters for booking influencers over skilled performers. This issue of funding. Government funds creatives and some corporate entities also do sponsor creatives and events, organized by creatives. But the Ministry of Sport and Culture, I hope I got the ministry right because they just recently changed. They do sometimes fund proposals and engage creatives for different events. This is, however, limited due to financial constraints, obviously. But when opportunists or chancers with big following but little substance snag these opportunities, it can leave talented creatives high and dry. Okay. And let's not forget events. How many times have we seen underprepared MCs or performers flop at major gigs because they were booked for clout and not talent? Just because someone had a viral moment selling bad food or insulted people's parents on social media, or even someone who was crying just because they got dumped by their partner and they went viral. But here's the flip side also. Are we being unnecessarily pedantic? Is calling someone an opportunist just elitism in disguise? Botswana's entertainment industry is still developing. There aren't enough formal pathways for everyone to pay their dues the traditional way. If a young hustler from Mangota uses TikTok to build a fan base and lands a big gig, are they an opportunist or an entrepreneur? The industry's gatekeepers, veteran artists, promoters, or even organizers sometimes dismiss new talent as unqualified when they are really just outsiders trying to break bread. And let us be real, Botswana's audience loves fresh faces. If the crowd is vibing, who's to say who belongs where? So what's the impact? When opportunists dominate, it can frustrate professionals who have invested years in their craft. It risks lowering the bar for quality and makes it harder for Botswana's industry to compete globally. But it also democratizes creativity, letting new voices, especially from marginalized societies, to shine without needing elite connections. It is very difficult for creatives without connections to break into the industry, mainly due to barriers of entry created by those already in the game. According to a study I read recently, more than 62% of entertainment deals in Botswana are facilitated through personal networks rather than open calls. Patronage, once confined to political spheres, has migrated to the creative economy. Here's where it gets tricky. How then do we balance openness of the industry with standards? We need to invest in training to nurture the talents. Music, comedy, mentorship programs could raise the bar for everyone. Another thing to consider is transparency in funding and bookings. If promoters and sponsors prioritize talent over clout, the playing field levels out. But we, the audience, have a role to play too. What do we reward with our streams, the tickets, the likes, the reposts, the retweets, quality or hype? We seem to be living in an era where hype beats talent, and that's detrimental to the entertainment industry. Digital platforms have democratized access, yet they've also installed new gatekeepers. Now, before we wrap, let's hear from you. Do you see opportunists or chancers take over Botswana's entertainment scene, or it's just growing pains for a young industry? Drop your thoughts on the comment section to join the conversation. And if you're a creative, tell us, what's it like navigating the space right now? Botswana's entertainment industry is ours to shape. Let's make it a space where talent thrives, innovation is celebrated, and the hustle, whether from a veteran or newcomer, gets the respect it deserves. Next, we dive into the Kalahari South by-election. Be sure not to miss this one as we analyze the campaign so far and predict the winner. This has been the Court of Public Opinion with Uncle German, your trusted solo guide. Stay creative, stay critical, and we'll catch you next time.
hamba le batshele gore tle ba sangila he ba fatse Sen'khona hamba le batshele gore tle ba sangila yeah